Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the Riftbreaker here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. So in the previous episode I was finally able to somehow scout out this region, and that allowed me to determine if there's something useful. And on top of it, what I would really love to finally do is go out and get into these brand new regions where there are these different resources which we simply cannot get to when it comes to just the home location overall. So with that all said, somehow need to determine what the hell am I gonna do. I haven't played this thing in a while, to be perfectly honest, because I have been kind of busy trying to create the comparison series and so on and such, and that thing took me like a week to assemble because yeah, busy schedule, what can I tell you. So hopefully we will be able to continue with the steady upload, and I of course want to focus on making more comparison games and other stuff for the channel. It'll just take me some time because I don't try to half-ass things. So yeah, we will see how the schedule will allow for things to happen. So please just bear with me in the meantime. And I gotta say, I cannot wait for these new weapons like railgun and so on and such to be added to my arsenal, so that we can switch around the ways that we keep killing the local fauna and flora, because unfortunately it seems like I keep killing the flora by accident just by killing everything else. So yeah, a majority of certain deposits have been depleted, so that can be quite problematic because that means that I have to keep pushing myself towards these new deposits, and you can tell that this guy over here is gonna turn himself into that massive boulder dude. There's 24,000 carbonium deposit. There's also this thing that can be researched. And I kind of do wonder if these additional regions, since they only provide such a tiny portion of what carbonium you might come across, if there's gonna be something that will allow me to actually switch the things around and get eventually like deposits of the basic materials in these new regions. Because you can transfer these things to these new locations, but that's about it. After that is done, there's no really guarantee that once you have depleted those basic resources, you will be able to maybe come across new ones. Even though they do tend to throw you a bone here in this game by giving you access to some of this stuff like the meteorites pumping out the brand new deposits and so on and such, but that's not really frequent, and the earthquakes which happen also do not tend to expose massive deposits of certain resources. So we're gonna have to figure out something. Obviously this one deposit is way too close to the edge where the enemies keep coming from,
an enemy attack is imminent.
so I'm not really that thrilled on staying here. But that idea which I discussed about building potentially layers upon layers of fortifications around your base camp might be a viable strategy, depending on how much carbonium you have access towards. Because right now we are sitting at what? 27,000 out of 40,000 which our storage allows us to maintain. And that's kind of nice, but I do wonder how long will that sustain me if I go and start building a brand new base somewhere. We know that this is an enemy. You're hiding really poorly. Let's see if we can surprise him and shot up his butt with a ton of rockets. Doesn't seem like before he wakes up he is able to get killed, which is kind of disappointment. Seriously? How many rockets do I need to waste on you? Is that a new species? It looks like it's purple. Oh, fudge. Hey, since this is a new species, maybe I should scan it before I torch it. Guys? Guys, come on. Scan. Be faster. You're really annoying, you know that. Okay, I'm done. No longer entertained. So what I need to do is I need to check if my research for some of this stuff like acid resistant surface and other nonsense has been created. I believe I will be researching soon second tier
An aggressive horde has entered the area. It is less than a minute away.
of the alien tech.
Base is under attack.
Okay, let's switch. Ah man, it's again here. I really need to set up some goddamn defense up here. They have way too much of an easy job approaching these things. And it's way too close to the edge of the map, so it's kind of annoying. I don't think the turrets have that much of an effect on these things. So we will have to definitely fortify this region because these attacks keep coming in from here. And maybe doing that will give me the time for the research to be conducted and to be finalized. And that will allow me to then finally jump into the newer region. I'm going to try to select everything for repairs. And we're gonna try to put in, if I would recall where the hell these things are. Cultivator. Nope. Again, having issue with the fact that I'm not playing this game that frequently. And so, once again, struggling with the fact of rotating the buildings. Have I built the goddamn... water pipes? Can you... No, I don't want to sell this. God damn it. Ah, man. Getting used to these controls after a while is gonna be a pain in the ass. Okay, so let's see if we can build those pesky fortifications. Problem here truly lies in the fact that this is such a close edge of the map that it's really difficult to somehow build up proper defenses because, well, let's face it, there's mud here and there's not that many things that offer the room to set up the defense, but I will try my best. So I will try to repurpose this and...
I'm detecting a change in wind power. This may affect our wind turbines.
After I'm done with that nonsense, we will finally transition to one of these new locations, hopefully. So give me a moment and let's see how this is gonna go.
Wind has stopped. This will affect wind turbine power generation.
Wow, it's like not even letting me build this close to the edge of the map. Well, that sucks. It's gonna certainly create a couple of issues for me.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
Okay, so the secondary research has been finalized, and that should allow us to tap into some brand new potential stuff that we can utilize. But I want to clear out these 3 nests which were created here in order to make my life a living hell. Whoa, those are some big ass guys. Let's switch to the rockets. Certainly makes a little more sense. Now, I do wonder if building up bases will theoretically reduce the potential for the enemy's nest to be spawning in. You're never guaranteed such a thing, so not sure.
Warning! Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. We should go there and clear it out.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do here, buddy.
Weather conditions are changing. Wind speed is increasing. This should stop them from gathering in this area.
Okay, so
and
we
improve
have
our
cleared out
chances
the
of
3
surviving.
nests.
Every bit helps.
Now we're gonna backtrack a little
Wind
bit.
speed is at an exceptional high.
We're gonna go
Wind
to
turbine
our base.
efficiency is at maximum.
And we're gonna try to figure out what the hell was it. That we might have needed. Okay. So, picking up Hazenites. Let us go to the base of operation here. We're gonna have to sell, I believe, this mine because it's just empty. And this power plant, I'm not sure if it's sitting on anything right now. Okay, where is our alien research gizmo? We're able to research this, and that means that I want to see what are we doing with our research.
Completed.
So we have the camouflage, and we have the lab of 2nd level, and this increases the limit capacity for the research center. Awesome. The problem is I really don't see the potential of having that many new things here, so we have lots of stuff which is being researched. We have railgun, laser, flamethrowers, repair towers, proximity mines, lots of stuff, but we can stack it up even more. The issue here is I still am unable to tap into this sort of mining, which makes me wonder if we really have what it needs to be done to access the potential of going into these new regions and there being able to mine these deposits. I would really love to do that. I would really love to do that. Because I keep talking about it, yet I like to have the base prepared for anything that might happen in the meantime. And we can theoretically build a 2nd lab here. So that should allow for
Iron deposit
faster time in which we will get access to this stuff. Problem here is I'm not really sure how this is gonna work out. I'm quite sure I'm gonna have to relocate this building eventually, because I'm just building a crap ton of stuff over here and I just don't know how that's gonna respond to all this. How much deposits? 23,000. We do have 36,000 iron, but kind of carbon is the
Wind speed is returning back to
bigger
typical values.
bottleneck
Wind
for me.
turbine efficiency returning to normal.
So we're building these 2 things, so that's okay. So what I'm gonna try to go and do is tap into some of these deposits over here at the edge of the map. And hopefully that is gonna help us pump out more carbonium because we are using it for energy and everything. Look, there's even a freaking deposit here of the geothermal. So theoretically tapping into these 2 deposits, that's 23,000 in one of them. Don't even know if that flaming grass is doing anything to these chargeable tanks. Yeah, I dropped mine accidentally instead of sending grenades, but it'll do. It'll do. So if I clear out whatever is in this area, we're gonna have access to this additional carbonium, or carbonites, or whatever you want to call this. So it's 21,000 and it's 20 something thousand. I can live with that. I just need to make sure that we somehow establish the mines so that they are able to get as much out of this as possible. Some of these might be depleted a little earlier than the others, but I think we're gonna do fine. The question is, how the hell am I gonna power this? This is unfortunate. I think I'm gonna have to sell this one. And I'm gonna have to build it like this. And maybe one of these will have to actually be sold, and instead we're gonna put down the carbonium power plant. Making me wonder, and I'm gonna probably have to move that around a tiny bit. You need to have a decent supply of this stuff so that these can actually operate. The problem here is that the flooring is able to be placed down, but you might not be able to put down the actual fortifications and the towers which you might need in order to call this a proper base. So I'll try to terraform this slightly in order to accommodate for our infrastructure, but there's no guarantee it's gonna do what I need it to do.
Our base is low on power.
Yeah, well, so, where are we able to build the fortification, huh? That'd be great if I can find some natural landmark to build it around. So we'll simply have to do. We're gonna have to put some massive
iron deposit depleted.
Factory for production of energy.
Carbonium deposit depleted.
Yeah, this is why I need to tap into additional carbonium. Just don't know, since we're so close to the edge of the map, what's gonna happen since there's this mud. Or these little suckers can be spawning in and everything. Ooh, wow, these actual little bastards were incapable of going into the mud. Interesting. This one is a little resilient there. We somehow did manage to survive a little longer than everyone else.
A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
So I'm just trying to build up the base of operation here. Find some sort of landmarks I can work around. A little trickier than I thought initially. But there's a crap ton of space which I'm trying to occupy here. That can be both good and both bad. It's good because it gives me lots of space to potentially put down.
Warning! A hostile group of creatures is heading towards our base. Prepare for an incoming attack. Base is
Something
under
that
attack.
will allow me to create lots of buildings. Okay, that was just weird. So this seems to be upgraded, and we have to just finish it up over in here. It's a lot of building. It's also a lot of fun. Question is how this location is gonna deal with the influx of the enemy. I don't think I have missed any of the large stony fellows that might be hiding in the material or in the terrain. I will definitely have to put up some defenses up in here. I want to also upgrade the power plant, because that's what we can do now. We have the technology. And I'm gonna have to put down some infrastructure for power generation and build up some gates as well. Now, I don't know if I will need it, but I really need to build the gates in here as well.
Danger! A hostile swarm is moving in on our base. They are almost upon us.
Okay, so one thing which I want to create here is this. And once that is hooked up to some sort of power source...
Base is under attack.
Which one? Yeah, okay, this one should be managed. We did put in decent enough defense. Try to build up some batteries so that in case we eventually run into some problem with the juice, we might have something stored in our power banks.
One of our walls has been destroyed.
Seriously?
Base is under attack.
Okay, screw it, let's go.
A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
So what fortification has been destroyed exactly? Because I don't see it. There's the geyser, so we will be theoretically able to use the geothermal here. We're lacking water, apparently. There's a tiny amount of iron left. So the viability of this outpost, yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, we need to jump back in here. Just like this, we are really spending the resources. Let's build that power grid. This is gonna allow me to build up the turrets. These deposits are being tapped into.
I'm detecting a change in wind power. This may affect our wind turbines.
Great. All these have been upgraded.
All wind has stopped. Our wind turbines are down.
Awesome. I'm really glad that I did decide to put down the carbonium power plant. Although it's really not going to be able to keep up with the overall demands of this base as is. Because this base is going to have lots of demands. So this one power plant, I'm not going to cut it. Okay. Artillery pieces are in place. all of this is gonna get that upgrade. Still have to install more of those damn power plants.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
And I do realize that we are currently not getting any energy out of wind turbines.
Wind power is returning to normal.
But it's returning to normal now. So, haha! Ah, crap, we're starting to run low on these cores. So we're gonna have to fix that. And probably upgrade them as well. It's gonna give us the room to allocate additional turrets. Okay. Lots of wind turbines. Steady influx of energy. So, what are we now able to build thanks to this? Railgun, laser, a flamethrower, upgrade, awesome. We can go with add to research. Really don't care that much about the spear, the hammer, and the power fists. And here we have harvesting stations, sure. Ionizer, solid state ionization technology enables creation of plasma from solid material like palladium. Thanks to discovery made by Magma Biome, it is possible to try replicate the cooling properties of some of the Galatian plants. Resulting substance would be much more efficient coolant than regular water. Magma power plant, sure. Cryogenic atomizer, cryogenic mine. We are already having these ones selected for research, so I guess what I really want to do is jump into one of these locations and see if we can finally start setting up that other outpost. Cobalt mining outpost. So high in carbonium, medium in cobalt, and this is supposed to be our cobalt mining outpost, and high in ironium and medium geothermal. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can establish a brand new colony. So I'm hoping that while we're gonna be in this new region, back home, nothing bad is gonna be happening, because all the earthquakes and everything like that seems to be happening in the region where we are currently. Okay, so heavily forested.
Successful. Initial scans indicate rich cobalt veins in the area, as well as multiple ironium and carbonium deposits.
Great! That's just what we were looking for. We can set up a large mining base in this location to support our headquarters and Rift Station construction.
Okay, so 7,000 is really not that rich, although it's better than what we were able to find back in our base of operations, where there was one deposit which had only like 700 of cobalt. The issue here is, despite the fact that there are two rich cobalt deposits close to one another, I kind of am struggling with the fact that we need something to power the mining buildings, and that can be an issue. So we need to come across something that's gonna change that. should have gone to the armory and see if I can pick up these new weapons. You see, you guys? You see. We do have now the potential to get the camouflage. I'm not really sure how much I am keen on doing something like that. Okay, really hostile. We're able to turn them all extra crispy. I'm not really sure what's the stage after well done. Someone has to let me know in the comment section. Trying to find some sort of decent spot. There's obviously something in here. Except of a massive nest. Lots of hostile units. Come on. And this place is so far really not friendly to visitors. Kind of makes you wonder what the hell are these things doing here in the first place. Are they just literally waiting for someone to finally show up? 6,000. That's not even that much of a great deposit. So I'm trying to find some sort of space where we would have carbonium, iron, and the cobalt close to one another. So far, I'm kind of failing to do that. 14,000. Okay. Quite a lot of enemy movement in the vicinity here. Problem isn't these small ones. They can be just cooked up fairly easily. Problem is once you start to see these larger ones. I really have to look into this railgun nonsense. Familiarity has been increased thanks to me killing a huge number of them. Have to be also careful around these weird yellow thingies because they tend to explode and, well, it can damage me. So there's carbon. It's far away from anything else. Seriously, I cannot find a decent base. Okay, they have been all killed. I'm using the scan and waiting for the cooldown.
New buildings are available for construction.
To be removed so that I can scan these areas and potentially find out if there's going to be a decent location for a base. Okay, so there's carbonium. What the hell? What the hell was that? I'm only able to scan one of these suckers. Where are you? Okay. I'm gonna pretend like you're completely not ripped off Hydralist, just looking a little differently. Looks like the fellows are having trouble hitting me through the foliage. But I don't seem to be having the same problem. Just able to recreate the scene from Predator movie.
It's getting cloudy.
The first
It
one
looks like
where
it's going
they
to
had
rain.
that Gatling gun used on the
New
jungle.
blueprints are available for crafting.
That is Cobalt, 11,000. That's actually quite impressive.
This rain is harmless to our base, but it decreases solar panel efficiency until it stops.
I feel like the flamethrower is dealing more damage to the surrounding area to this thing. But this is a great deposit. The issue here is unless I get some decent power source, and I'm not really sure how much I can rely on the wind power in this region. I have not really come across anything that would resemble so far the geothermal, although I have to admit that I have been not using the scanner properly. I do see this big hunk of thing. I need to kill it because it keeps sending out those weird swarmy thingies. There's acid. There should be something in here. Come on, find the hotspot. What do we got? Cobalt. 6,200. That's not really something to write home about. Theoretically, this can turn into operation base if there would be a power source. Are you, like, using this? What the hell was that? Dude, I'm literally trying to set up a base of operation and you come out of freaking nowhere. Okay.
The rain is over.
So that's just iron. There's more of these funky rocky dudes. I do see these idiots who are trying to sneak up on me. Can't really charge up the rocket launcher here. I really want to try. Done? Are you done? You're done. Okay, great. Now. Okay, there seems to be lots of stuff.
A new technology has been developed.
Great.
New buildings are available for construction.
I really want to go to the armory and see what can be done here. So, blaster standard, burst rifle, cryogenic atomizer, flamethrower, floating mines, high caliber rifle, laser, nuclear missile, plasma gun,
Crafting completed.
railgun,
Crafting completed.
rocket launcher, shotgun, small machine gun, swarm of missiles. I want to see that.
Crafting completed.
Advanced small machine guns. So we're gonna go for that. Switch it around. Nuclear missile. Rate of fire. Smash. Splash damage. Flamethrower advanced.
Crafting completed.
Let's go for it. We do have access to advanced sword.
Crafting completed.
Power fists. We do have dash cryo. And we have, what do we have? Titanium machinery. Set up a passive upgrade for Mr. Riggs to improve various parameters when inserting into the Mr. Riggs upgrade slots. Building speed reduced. Okay, sure, let's make it.
Crafting completed.
So what I want to do is switch around a few things. Small machine gun. Better flamethrower. We can go with the swarm missiles. Just to see how much fun we can have with this nonsense. And I really have to learn how the hell to utilize these sort of various upgrades. Because I have no idea what to do with these mods. Hit points gained per hits. Increase the amount of hits stolen for each damage taken by enemies. How do I equip this? Okay, that was just weird. The controls here for equipping this seem to be on a controller and not for a key and mouse. So, I'm not really sure what to think of this. New items available. So the repair tool, let's equip this. Energy. Do we have something new? Cryogenic mines. We can have that as number 5.
Research completed.
So we have the upgraded tower, we have small mines, we have upgraded turrets. Man, I'd prefer to upgrade some of the more important things first. Research. Anti-corrosive flooring. How the hell did I miss this? That needs to be moved to the top because that will be important for the acid region. Shockwave tower. No idea what some of these things do, however, but we will eventually hopefully find out. Laser towers. I'm quite sure that what these things do is drain a crap ton of energy from your overall grid. Okay, what is this? Heavy artillery tower, mine layer tower. That sounds awesome. I was actually like wanting to say that, you know, it would be great if you would have access to that thing. Okay, so this seems to be quite more aggressive than the previous version. Yet I'm still not happy with the region and what potential deposits are like around. Here we have a nice carbonium deposit. Here we have another carbonium deposit. Here we have one of those rocky bastards. There we have some of those spitters. They're hostile as hell. All I need to do is get slightly closer and they start to spit, and I kind of walked into that projectile there. So I want to see how effective is this machine gun versus these things. Really have to start touching this weird slime. They keep spitting in my general direction.
A new technology has been developed. Orbital scanning completed. We have located a large colony of acidic yeast.
Oh, wow.
I have marked the rift jump coordinates on the planetary scanner interface. Warning. It is recommended to develop acidic shielding before visiting that location. It is going to be difficult to survive there without it.
Man, this is so inaccurate, but it sounds and looks so freaking cool. Fortunately, that's about it when it comes to the upgraded weapons that I currently have at my disposal. So we'll have to wait a little longer. But I really want to tap into some potential deposits. Now, carbonium can be used as energy source. That's the advantage of it. Trying to put down landmines because I know that eventually these tiny shits are gonna spawn in when I try to interact with this thing. I kind of do also wonder what's gonna happen when I try to use the new machine gun versus these little shits. Okay, do we see a major improvement in the new Burger King Flaming Grill, or no, not really. technically speaking, I can use this location as a base. We do have 2 carbonium deposits and some iron close by. And there should be some cobalt for us to work with as well. So we are talking 24,000 and 20,000. That's over 40,000 just of the carbon. Then we should have cobalt. 9,000. That's awesome. I have to get rid of this guy over here, however. It's kind of funny how you start to spot them from miles away eventually. So I think we are starting to see what might turn into our new base. Although I'm not really sure how large this map is or how close to the edge of the map I might be located. Come on. Go down. I would kill for a geothermal, but I'll take a deposit too. There's lots of these massive guys who will require the attention of the flamethrower.
Warning! Hostile creatures are closing in on our base. Prepare for an attack.
Yeah, the issue here is I really don't have anything set up for protection for myself, so depending on what is gonna start to show up, I might have some trouble here. I'm trying to clear out like the initial spot for a base. So I'll try to put down a couple of landmines, since they do tend to track the little bastards. Like I said, not really sure how close to the edge of the map we are, but so far this is the happiest I have been. 2 potential carbonium deposits close to some iron.
A new technology has been developed. New buildings are available for construction.
And we can eventually just make the extension of the power grid from here, where we can use the carbonium as a potential source of juice to supply the other location where we would, for example, start mining the iron or the cobalt deposits. So right now I really don't know what I'm going to be using them for, but I'm going to be using them for something. So we have 2 of these weapons equipped. Both of them are the upgraded versions. Don't seem to be an enemy. The issue here is what to do in the meantime. We can try to scan the region or whatever is around. Do you see the enemies?
Danger! An enemy swarm is approaching our base. Brace for combat.
So I'm gonna try to stay around here where I have majority of the landmines and everything set up, so that it will draw them in here. We'll be able to see how fast we can interrupt their approach. Quite a lot of you fellas. We're gonna charge through them. Use that dashing ability with that fiery boost.
A new technology has been developed.
I really love the
New
way
buildings
at
are
how fast
available
we're
for
researching
construction.
stuff. Okay, so we have daytime. I think it's safe to start looking into the potential of building up that initial base. Unless there's gonna be some other spot which I will come across. So here we have some iron deposits. Okay, took care of some unnecessary damage. There's Cobalt deposit 2. So I'm just deploying these mines because I'm quite sure they're gonna come in from either one of these sides. And I'll try to study this thing.
I can hear distant thunder. The wind is also picking up. A storm is coming.
Yeah, they're already moving in.
The storm is getting really intense.
Really a shame that we don't have some sort of lightning rod which might be used to utilize the lightning energy, although the storms are really not that frequent in here. In order for it to be a viable source. But still, one lightning consists of such a high voltage. If we would be able to tap into lightning storms as a potential energy source, man, that would be crazy.
It looks like some of these creatures' attacks are originating from a common point near our base.
Interesting. We should go and investigate that area.
Uh-huh. Problem here is I'm trying to do, well, I'm not even sure what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to establish base. But I'm having so much fun with these new weapons that I'm even using up all the ammunition. And that's something interesting. These Hellfire rockets are an absolute nightmare. By that I mean they're absolutely unreliable. I mean, look at this. I'm just spamming these things and he's like completely fine with it.
The storm is over.
It's like if I'm tickling him or something. Some of these bushes were not even like destroyed by these Hellfire rockets. What about these guys? I haven't really tried the rockets on the mud guys as well. I don't think these are gonna work that well.
Warning! A new group of hostile creatures is coming from a nearby nest.
Oh, and they share the ammo type too, huh?
A new technology has been developed.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
And I have burned through the entire ammunition. I love how this one weapon just can clear the entire enemy wave of swarm in a matter of seconds. All I have to do is just turn slightly to the side and like hundreds of these little buggers are suddenly dead. It's just so awesome. Okay, we see that this is a deposit of Cobalt and 8,000 is fairly decent. And there's gonna be another weird thing over here. Geothermal. This is the first geothermal we came across. Probably more advantageous to get the
Hostile
rockets.
creatures are coming from a nearby nest. We should go there and clear it out.
I have just rockets here. The poor guy exploded. He was so shocked by the overall damage output. I'm seriously gonna have to put some pause on this genocidal tendencies that I'm showcasing here, because I'm doing nothing but killing anything that moves. And it exploded like right by his ass, and he just got blown into bits and pieces. Oh, that's awesome. I'm sure they're gonna hate this. I don't even care about landmines. I'm just waiting for them to show up from somewhere.
Power. This may affect our wind turbines.
Lots of you guys. Ooh, I totally did not even notice that weird swarm spawning thingy with those flies. Which can be quite
wind has
annoying.
stopped. Our wind turbines are down.
Okay, now that thing is dead. The swarm is gonna stop.
Warning! Hostile creatures are coming from a nearby nest. You should go there and clear it out.
Yeah, I know. I'm just having so much fun trying to find a base of operation. I really gotta stop and just really start to build something, because it's getting out of hand. So no more new units should be spawning in right now, because we have cleared them out already. So I'll just take this research. And we'll go to that point with the 2 carbonium deposits near that iron and that cobalt. Strange thing is that despite being in a different region, we're still seeing just the basic variation of these little fuckers. And not some larger size or something. Come on, give it up.
A new technology has been developed.
Nice.
New blueprints are available for crafting.
So here we have the iron. How much is it? Almost 10,000. And we will have to build storage. Okay. I can live with that. Somewhere around here, there should be that weird pesky nest.
Warning! A new group of hostile creatures is coming from a nearby nest.
Hopefully that's gonna allow me to build that base finally.
Wind currents are returning back to regular strength.
Right, so
Wind
we will
turbine power
have
production
additional
is returning to nominal levels.
energy source. We're able to eliminate that fucker.
This looks like a nest of some sort. We should clear it out and reduce the strength of hostile attacks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to kill
There's
everything
a lot of
that
them
is
inside.
around me right
This
now.
might be difficult.
So it's the splashier damage that takes out these guys.
A new technology has been developed.
Shield has
Blueprints
been
are available
restored.
for crafting.
Trying to destroy these capsules, as they usually do hold cobalt and other useful stuff. Seems to be something also with the scanner.
This should stop them from gathering in this area and improve our chances of survival.
Every bit helps.
Yeah, I'll take it. Really need to start building those storage silos if we want to have the possibility to keep anything in here. So we're gonna start by building it over here. Outpost, right?
Outpost construction in progress. This building is a local version of our headquarters. It will allow me to reconstruct whenever I am destroyed. And it has a permanent rift station that we can rift jump to at any time.
It will also allow us to automatically transfer all of the resources that are mined in this location back to our HQ, even if we're not present in this location. We can construct a network of such outposts around the planet to build up our economy. It's the only way to acquire enough resources to construct the Rift Station and all of its components.
Be mindful of where we place these buildings, though. Our headquarters have a capacity limit of how many outposts we can support at once. So whenever there is no use for an outpost, we should deconstruct it and recycle the resources that were used to build it. Ashley, I am picking up a lot more activity in this area. We should expect strong resistance from the local creatures.
Understood, Mr. Riggs. Let's make sure to set up solid defenses for this outpost.
Yeah, that's the plan. First I have to make it look like an outpost. Then we're gonna have to start looking for some of those landmarks to be used as potential guideline for the potential fortifications. And then the turrets. For example, this can be used, and this can be used as a potential outline of the outpost here. I have to hook this all up to the energy and everything. I will have to build crap ton of storage. And we have now access to the acid resistance.
An aggressive horde is amassing near our base. Prepare to defend our base.
Type of mooring, so we'll be able to go into the acid region and do our thing even there. Which is just absolutely wonderful.
A new technology has been developed.
New
Yeah.
blueprints are available for crafting.
Like, they keep telling me that, but I don't believe them. Okay, so we're gonna put down those fortifications. And the enemy's gonna come from the southern hemisphere. But we should now have the possibility to theoretically start even be able to upgrade some of those more advanced turrets. So hopefully with that option, we're gonna be able to do a whole bunch of stuff here. Including defending the outposts overall. But that raises a question. If we're able to relocate these outposts because we are only limited to a certain number, why not do the same with the central base, you know? I think that's a valid question. We're gonna go and we're gonna do this. This is gonna tap into the carbonium, I'm hoping. At least slightly, so that we can make a dent in the overall stockpile. And that will then allow me
creatures are
to
approaching our base. Get ready for battle.
start working on something new. Should really try to put down some fortifications. I really don't have the grid ready or anything like that. So the question is, where the hell are these bastards gonna come from?
Base is under attack.
Okay, now we know. Knock it off. Man, that's a lot of them. Really, right now, regret not having those fortifications ready.
There is a breach in our walls.
No shit. I need to heal up.
Base is under attack.
Man, that's a lot of these guys. They're not screwing around with this.
is being destroyed.
Okay. Just trying to... They're definitely much more aggressive in this region. But that's okay. We're gonna be able to fix that. I hope.
Destroyed.
And they really don't like me here, huh? Yeah, it's okay. I can be quite the asshole, so I understand it. Okay, so at least I know that there's the cobalt deposits right here, so all I need to do is expand the fortification line. And we're gonna be okay. That's not that much of a problem. So expanding it here. Defending this region is gonna be quite problematic. I see that right now. But I think we can manage. We're definitely gonna have to keep like 2 lines of fortifications or something in order to maintain the health of this base. That's all okay. So now, gonna just try to fill in the gaps created by the enemies who so rudely invited themselves over. Okay, we're gonna build new gates, Definitely do prefer using the natural barriers for the setting up of the borders of your fortification. It just makes it that much more easier to defend it. Plus, the natural barriers also serve as the potential to block the incoming enemies. So they cannot really access the fortifications from certain angles and so on and such. And that has a huge effect on the overall outcome. Okay, so we still need to do those goddamn storage silos. That's okay. So gates. Fortifications, filling those gaps. Well, let's see. Solid material storage silo. I would prefer to have them build maybe somewhere around here. I'm not sure if they need to be hooked up to a power grid right now. Don't really seem to be that kind of a building. Might be wrong though. Trying to upgrade whatever I might have missed. There were these gaps in the fortifications and whatnot. Okay. So here we're gonna have to put down the cobalt mines. Seems like 4 is all that we can accommodate. Which is fine. Let's put down some of this, some of this. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to have like a separate nexus for these neuro cells or chips that power the turrets so that we can start establishing proper defense. And then we can tap into these in order to power up the new ones. Definitely gonna have to dedicate some sort of power grids or something that's gonna help me power up this base, because the carbonium for now, that's cute, but eventually that's gonna be depleted. And once that resource is depleted, and unless I'm gonna gain access to like uranium or something, I'm gonna be quite seriously screwed here. So having some sort of alternative source of juice is definitely something that we need to play around with. Just gonna believe I have to connect these suckers since they're literally 1 or 2 tiles away from the rest. But okay. So we need to set up a grid around the fortifications. This is gonna help defend this outpost.
Cobalt mining is moving forward. This location is very rich in resources. We can also set up additional carbonium and ironium factories.
Remember that we don't have to build everything at once. We can freely rift jump between outposts and return here later if we need to expand our mining operations.
Yep, it sounds like a solid plan. I don't seem to have the option to be able to upgrade the cobalt mines as of yet. Flamethrower. Flamethrower. Turrets. I'm not sure if building them together might be the best idea because of those siege little buggers who are able to spit out those weird balls, and those can explode upon impact, so the splash damage might theoretically do some damage. We're gonna need artillery pieces. And I'm not sure if we can already start to upgrade
changing.
these.
Wind is slowing down.
Crap. Hate when that happens. Out of all the things which you can do, slowing down the wind is the worst thing.
Wind turbine power generation.
Yep, I'm well aware of it. I'm gonna be trying to fill in these last few remaining bits and pieces. And we're gonna go into the upgrade option. Why is it that I cannot upgrade the goddamn flamethrower? I should have access to it. Do I need to have like a separate armory in this region, or what are we talking here? Solar will only work so long. It's not really the most reliable energy source, but I'll take it. Fortunately, we did not really came across that many things here. And the carbonium power plants, well, they seem to be doing whatever the hell they want to do.
The wind is coming back. Wind power is returning to normal.
Oh, we can upgrade these turrets even further now. So maybe that's what I got mixed up. Should put down a turret here too, just to be on the safe side. It's really close to the edge. And we should also be allocating these towers to fix whatever might happen.
A new technology has been developed.
New buildings are available for construction.
Trying to like determine what's the best spot for these things. Since they can be upgraded now, I do wonder if that increases their radius as well. This base of operation is starting to resemble something decent. Something that maybe a player with some slight experience might do instead of that horrible thing which we call our home base, because that thing needs some serious rework and touch-ups. So we're getting into the Cobalt. And I'm not sure if how much I have increased the overall storage capacity of my base. Doesn't seem that great. But I mean, I'm trying here. What we need also is power banks. Like, seriously, no joke. Because everything which we have currently on our system is not being stored, so that can create problems once the weather condition might change or something stupid like that. So really need to have some sort of backup for this base. Because if the power runs out, then all the turrets are incapable of performing their duties as well, and so on and such. Some rocket turrets. You never know. I just want to have so much defense here that they will definitely regret showing up to the party, since nobody goddamn invited them in the first place. This one can be upgraded twice. These ones cannot be upgraded further right now. Maybe having like an outer layer of fortification in front of this would not be the worst thing ever too. Okay, so theoretically what I might do is really crazy here. But I was thinking, and hear me out, what if I would somehow draw the power line, maybe even to this deposit of iron if I would really need it, but I somehow want to tap into these cobalt deposits out here. That's the problem, that the aliens keep on respawning here. Okay, this one has been killed. So this is a great location overall for an outpost. There are 2 of these cobalt deposits. Lots of enemies around. Seriously, that's a lot of enemies around. But bring it. I have this new sword, which I like to show around. So here we have lots of natural terrain that can be used as potential barrier. So we can set up the fortification like here and here. But first I would probably clear out whatever is inside of this location, because it seems to be creating lots of enemy units. Oh, fudge, I totally did not notice you guys. Yeah, how you like them apples? Did I kill everyone? I think so. Let's put down those damn pesky landmines because I'm quite sure.
Warning! An aggressive horde is amassing near our base. Prepare to defend our base.
We're gonna see lots of activity here. And here we have even the rocky fella. So I'm just waiting for these little buggers to show up, and there's quite a lot of them actually moving in. So let's go through here. And the rest is gonna get extra crispy approaching me through this location. He just went back to chilling. That's awesome. At least I don't have to screw around with him. I don't really need to kill him, honestly, right now. No need for that nonsense. I just need to somehow connect these mines to our power grid or create some additional power source in here. And I think that's gonna be it for this one. So if you did enjoy it, give it a big thumbs up. If you want to see more, check out the playlist and check out what the channel is currently up to. I'm really happy that after a long ass time I was able to do another comparison series. I know that I have looked up on the internet and I think I found someone did the same thing, but they did not go into such a depth as I did, so maybe you will be able to compare the two and tell me which one is better. And yeah, I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you all at the next one. Thank you all for watching, stay safe out there in the meantime, and bye-bye for now.
Danger! An aggressive horde has entered the area. It is less than a minute away.
The problem here is that it's coming from where? I don't see it. Is it coming in from... Oh, crap. Chances are it's gonna show up here first. It's not really helping. Of course they're gonna show up here first. Yeah, that's a lot of rocky fellas. I'm using up all the consumables I can think of that can go over the walls. All the grenades have been used. Yeah, that's a lot of them. Let's see what you guys think
There is
about
a breach in our walls.
the frost mine.
Tower destroyed.
Issue is kind of here also in the fact that I don't really have a gateway out of here. This was just unfortunate timing.
Destroyed. Base is under attack.